So you have seen the future, seeds, and many other futures during these 2 days. So with the exception of the Government of Colombia and the Newton Caldas Fund, when you leave CIAT tonight or tomorrow, we are putting a big box by the reception because that render that you saw there is, still, we are short of the total thing. And the board, the audit and risk committee, by the way, Nancy, only approves the beginning of the construction when we have about 70% of the funds over there. And we are very, very close. So if you can fill that box in the way out, in addition of paying the hotel if you are staying here, that will be great. So anyway, it's been great. It's been fantastic. One clarification, just a footnote. I never said that CIAT should not work in agriculture, just in case. So I need to follow Daniel so he doesn't mention in the system council of all the donors of the CGR that instead of CIAT, it will be CIT. So it's no way. CIAT will remain in agriculture. What I said is that there's a lot of funding out there. There's a lot of potential impact from CIAT if we work in nutrition and health and environment, and you name it, and it goes, and big data, and the list goes on these 2 days. So that's all I said, based, of course, in our fantastic history. So I'm not rewriting the history, John, or I'm not rewriting the future. So we need to build on our past. And I have, my main message here is thank you for being resilient and being here at this time after the second day. So don't worry, I won't be too long, no PowerPoints on that. So just thank yous. It's great to have a history. So think about it. If you don't have a history, start thinking about it. John and Derek, without that black book and the summary and all of that, and your really good points in the way that you presented that. You left here not only a great legacy, being an emeritus, but the book, not Daniel, but the book, shows a lot of insights for the future. So we need to build on that part. And then the way you put the bullets and the way you are organized or disorganized, depends how you see it, it gives us a lot of questions that we are going to follow up. As you know, I have about 2 years here left, and so I'm not lame duck yet, and we are really going to work on the points, because I think this is a crucial time. Despite not having core, there's much more funding out there to really integrate the issues, how to integrate, and see if we can rebuild some of the systems work that we had in the past, within agriculture, of course. So thanks for the history. It's really nice to go back and say, okay, now we have a written history. So I want to thank everybody, my colleagues at CIAT, because they are the ones who, of course, were part of that building, that history. They're still alive and well, not with the long hair and so on, James. And I also want to thank all of those who are going to be helping write the next 50 years. There is a lot to be done. We never stop at CIAT, as you know. So on the issues moving forward that I picked up, my little notes from this, we are taking notes. There will be something written, not another book, but perhaps a couple of pages. What have we captured from all of this for the future of CIAT roadmaps? So if you look at sustainable food systems, yes, yeah, it's all of this, right? But the discussion here, I think, was very concrete. If you look at, again, Tom Reardon, Mark Lundy, and all these discussions, to me, Future Seeds is part of those sustainable food systems, as we talk about. All the work on climate change, all the work on green infrastructure, ecosystem services type that we just were discussing here, the big data, the land restoration. The project preparation facility, I don't know you got that one, because Eugenio presented very well. Eugenio said, this is what's going on. There's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of needs. And in between, we're not going to be consulting. We're not going to reconstruct the investment center of FAO to prepare a project. What we are saying is, with all of this knowledge, policy, that there is available in the CGR, we're not going to wait for everybody, right? So IFPRI and CIAT are marching along. If we can have that preparation funded to put all the knowledge for impact and help others prepare great design, good projects, I think that's one of the great things moving forward, that CIAT and IFPRI should move on to not only doing research on the research, but also doing a little more research on how to get those impacts through this type of financing facilities. The policy context, I really enjoy. I'm getting close to, according to Grant Scobie, very close to my expiration date, if you remember the number today. So, but I really enjoy the views on the past, not only because I am a friend of the three people sitting here, but the way they did it, so humble. I mean, Alberto talks about the reform and the change in Latin America. I mean, it's hard to attribute, but Alberto, I mean, you were at the World Bank for 20, 30 years. You know, if you want to attribute the fantastic economic growth in Latin America, look at that ex-CIAT here. So, Per, you were Director General of IFPRI, you know, from here to here. And you also started economics here. Grant, sharp as usual. You know, so there is life after being a DG. I really like that part. So I mean, from that history, there is a lot of wisdom. There is a lot, I mean, so really thank you for not only coming back, joining the celebration, but giving us all of that wisdom again. So I hope you keep always connected to what this house is trying to do. The LAC experiences, you know, you don't remember because it's only a day and a half ago and it looks like a century. But we started with a LAC panel, the Latin American, the Caribbean panel here with 3 wise men and a moderator and so on. So I think there's a lot to learn from there to work in Africa and Asia and bring back. So we still don't have a clear roadmap for Latin America. We have one in the making for Central America, but from the ideas there, perhaps together with Fontagro and many other partners in the region, we can work together so we can build a roadmap for Latin America and the Caribbean together. So on the partnerships, I think you saw a new CIAT in the sense we always had partners, but now we are really into these networks. Yes, there are transaction costs, but those networks for us are working very well. And I think to me, one of the memorable moments here was to have the president of Colombia relax, getting out of his talking points and saying, you know, this little thing that I really enjoy, and I'm going to Europe. I mean, the way that's fantastic. I'm almost Colombian, as I joke sometimes, but I mean, for the Colombians at CIAT, to see their president with the Ministry of Finance enjoying a celebration of 50 years of CIAT, I think that's, I mean, I know for you it's just a president came back and with all the security and all that, but for all of us here, it's a fantastic moment. The last time that happened is only 30 years ago. So that was a great part. So I think there's much more funding there that we've been able to wisely attract. I'm not chasing ambulances. I'm saying we should be able to really integrate what we are doing and be able to get, you know, from the Green Climate Fund to many other funds available. So I think there's a bright future ahead. I won't be here 50 years from now, according to Grant, but I can assure you that somebody around here will be having a fantastic second book on what happened in the next 50 years. So I really thank everybody on my team who have been working here for about 6 to 8 months. Mafe, Stephanie, everybody that's here have been with Maya, you know, our director, head of program integration, you know, became, you know, running this and that. Simone, thank you. They're shouting names. And anyway, so I have, of course, a lot of friends in the agenda here. So from famous professors, Carl, Tom, and many others, we need that link with the land-grant universities and many others. So I hope we can reconnect there. I have surprise plaque here from Uruguay. So, you know, for all the national research institutes, Columbia, mighty Columbia University and many others. So anyway, and to my board are still watching me, and tomorrow we have a board meeting to finish. So I need to really behave. So if I can. So thank you very much. I let you go to those walks. They're not too far away. The drone is fun, and to see the rice and other things right here, and I hope you can come back. The bar will open perhaps before 4:30. So on behalf of all CIAT, board, staff, I really, this has been a blast. This has been a 2 years, 2 days. It's been long 2 days, very long 2 days of celebration. And I think the best way to celebrate is to work and look forward. So thank you very much on behalf of all CIAT. Thank you.